how can this be good to those credit card consumers and it's going to hurt them? Why would we want them to charge so much?
Well, in some sense, those bureaucrats are right. If you have high late fees or high interest payments on unpaid balances, that does hurt them. But as you talked about, there is an issue of personal responsibility. You're signing a contract. You're agreeing to pay back on time. If you don't pay back on time, you have to pay a fee. Now, this gets back to what we were just talking about. If they don't pay back on time, and because credit card companies have major issues with some people simply deciding they're never going to pay back, they have to somehow spread those costs out. Now, should those costs be spread out so far that the consumers who are paying their balances every month on time, should our costs go up? Should we have to pay higher annual fees? Should we lose things like airline mile points because the credit card companies have to compensate for the bureaucrats in Washington suddenly interfering with their business model? There's no such thing as a free lunch, which is something that you and I'm sure,
yes,
as economists are very familiar with. Well, if there's no such thing as a free lunch, if the government is going to tell these credit card companies, you have to charge less to this group of consumers over here, guess what? It's like pressing on a balloon. It's going to pop up someplace else. And I like the miles I get from using my credit cards. I don't want to pay a, $95 annual fee or whatever,
right.
But if the government's going to intervene and poke over here, something else is going to happen over here. Unintended consequences, second order effects. I mean, these are all things that, what was it Bastiat said? The difference between a good economist and a bad economist is a good economist looks at the scene, i.e. the bureaucrats imposing these caps and price controls. But we also look at the unseen. How are financial institutions in a competitive marketplace where they're trying to keep their shareholders happy? How are they going to respond? And they're going to respond in ways that make people who pay their bills on time worse off.